Yo, just starting to get. I picked up the new Native Instrument plugins. Figured I'd check them out. Uh, I never really. It's been. I had contact. No, I had NI Complete 3, and that was 1 through 3, plus a bunch of the random plugins. And I don't know, never kept up with what they were doing. And as they've been bringing some of the sounds over to the MPC, I was like, I should check out what the heck they were doing. I think a lot of these are, I'm assuming, coming from Contact for folks to, or they're porting them over. So I don't know if anybody happens to know. They could be, I don't know, maybe not battery kits, but again, I don't remember. I don't know what all the NI plugins are, but definitely some cool stuff out there. Anyway, just doing some quick maintenance and stuff to plug along. Check my mixer levels. So we're just in baseline. I guess so. This is ignition keys. Looks like we got a pretty good selection of different sounds. Maybe each category doesn't seem to have a lot, but probably too much reverb on this for what I would do with it. Yeah, also just checking the mic. I have noticed also under some of these, it looks like I think they're using the new key groups and just kind of reskinning it or something. That's my guess for a lot of the, at least that's what it looked like the older ones. So we got like some interesting crossfaders and stuff and XY. So I'm assuming like if you want to use this, you get some like fun movement. Now I'm just curious, is this okay? They're both using dark bass synth. It's just what you can crossfade to is different. This one's got glide. So yeah, they're playing around with like mono versus not stereo, polyphonic. I mean, so far, like, say, ignition keys sounds aren't bad. Weird. Seems like it changed the sound. I'm not like a huge fan on drizzling this much reverb on bass, but I'm assuming there's like a FX. We could just go turn it off, so. If you got headphones, you might be able to hear. There's like some, it's the saturation. Saturation was adding like some extra overtones. Like this is pretty much unusable at this low note. There's something there. That was the organ. So probably not all the because you're crossfading between sounds. Like you're gonna end up needing to like EQ stuff later. I'm just curious for this one if we can actually go see, because like I can barely hear it. I'm not sure if it's even coming over YouTube here, but let's go EQ4. It's like in there somewhere. Let's go. Yeah, it's like right. It must be like right at the edge. There's just like a super slight overtone. And like the only reason this matters would be if you're only playing in this lower register, because if you come up, you probably want that sound. Yeah, because now it's like opening up into the more the organ. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just goofing around. So. I'm gonna dig hard growl. Like a nice cinematic. Maybe a little noisy on the high end. Or it might just be the space keys. This is like super. Like to me, like that's just like, it's a little too much. Just makes it sound toasty. Saturation overdrive might be doing it. Could be the samples. We do have an EQ. Like, that's not so bad. Like, it's like a little bit crusty without like just being too high. I dig this. We must be in like a not bass section. Let's go. Where are we in? Choir. I don't know why this is flagged as choir. Doesn't look like strings or like it says epic score and a mix with underwater piano. Probably because they were playing it lower. There we go. This is the thing to keep in mind with any of these packs, or synths in general. They can sound really interesting because, like, this is far less interesting because they don't have all the effects turned on. Like, I can record this myself. This would be probably recording a choir. Like, I could do that. This sounds not as interesting. So I like it. I could certainly tweak this, but I don't know. So I guess what's happening in the choir is around the C bank here, for where I am in the note range. We're going from choir elements to probably the choir is then becoming like this. It's probably, I'd have to go look. We probably sample this down and then pitch it back down. It might sound like a choir. So it might just be because it's getting pitched up into something that just sounds. More almost like stringy, bell plucky. I don't know. I'm getting, it's probably the keys making me think bell. Soft choir. It's nice. I know some people love theremin. It's usually not my sound. So this probably sounds a lot like this one. Maybe not. What am I talking about? So we're getting like a mix of filter and meta here, and kind of crossfade. Left to right makes sense to me. Up to down, moving more A to B is not making sense. I don't know. They get it mapped weird. Like a matrix thing. It's all mapped to none there. Must not be. There must be something else going on. I haven't done a deep dive on these to see what they're doing in general. I mean, so far, sounds like stuff I'd probably use. Like a weird noise on the high end there. Yeah, as usual, probably too much saturation. I can see running this through Flavor Pro though, getting a lot of nice sounds out of it. Probably just without saturation or a different different effect on it. Let's keep bouncing around. What are we in? We must be, yeah, we're in keys. Makes sense. How many keys do we have? Pretty good amount. Okay, for being called ignition keys. I don't know, like part of me is thinking like as I move around, I'm getting why they put some of these sounds into the different categories. But it feels like you only get like 3 octaves that work well, and then it starts morphing into another sound category. Which is going to depend on, from person to person, what they like, I guess. Like in the lower one here, this definitely sounds like a clav, but yeah, see, that sounded different on that first hit. It must be as it's loading in, not getting the samples fully populated or something. It's another thing I gotta try and mess with. It's a little pluckier than I usually like. Like, not much. I don't know. I'm curious if we have enough to mess with the amp envelope here. Because you can see it's like, from what's showing here, it's like up and then just completely off. What do we have for Q-Link access? All right. Let's undo that. Do we have a release? Yeah, it's probably like, I probably would have tuned it more around the, I don't know, second to 2 seconds. Because it drops off so fast by default. I mean, it's fine. Like, it just depends on what play style you're going for. For anybody that does do these kinds of packs and play with them, definitely don't be afraid to get in there and just mess with the sounds. I mean, the thing I do, part of the reason why I've been picking up these native instrument packs is it's definitely, like, they're laid out pretty much the same way for all of them. So once you kind of like get your head around where to go to make the tweaks you want, it's not so bad. I wonder if there's something here channeling the Event Horizon movie. I watched it when it came out. For those who don't know, it was marketed as the next Star Wars and was a psychological horror movie that just happened to be in space. My first watch, I absolutely hated it. After watching it again later and really paying more, like, not knowing what it was, I was like, this is a phenomenal movie. I like that one. I like Event Horizon. It's gonna be like almost Pac-Man vibes. Yeah, I can imagine having a silent ride home after that, like being, what the heck did I just watch? Especially if you went in thinking that it was the next Star Wars. It was just, I think they probably didn't know how to market it, and I was in college at the time. I can imagine a lot of parents being like, "I love Star Wars. I'm going to take my kids to see this," and not probably terrifying a lot of kids. Like this harpsichord's. It's fine. And so far, I feel like I like at least 30% of this pack here, and it's definitely tweakable. I'm curious, we must still be in keys, yeah. I don't know why this is called LR. Maybe there's a left and right stereo effect going on that I'm not picking up in my headphones. A little bit. Maybe from delay. So like the dirt on this one, compared to like some of the other ones I've been complaining about with the saturator, this one sounds way better to me. Like it's there, but it's just not. It's not too high. My philosophy for like any of these sounds is you want the, just because of the way the sound spectrum works, you need the bass to be much louder, and then as you go into the higher frequencies, you want it to be lower to have a similar sound volume. You can totally experience this if you go in and chop up a break and normalize every single hit. You'd be like, why are my hi-hats blasted out? It's because they're just all high frequency content, and they don't need to be as loud to sound to a human being, at least, as loud as the kick drum. So if you're looking for an experiment to do sometime, chop up, if you haven't done it before, chop up a break, normalize each hit, and then be like, why? Don't do that. Yeah, this one's like kind of meh to me. I like that one. This one's kind of fun. It goes from like low to high pretty quickly. They might be doing some filter, like bandpass filter. Not gonna be there, not there, probably. Looks like just a low pass filter. Maybe it's just tuned well. What the heck did I do? Whatever, I'm not going to save it anyway. Nice sound for some Halloween. Even just playing like a C major here sounds a little off. Almost like there might be like Let's go see if we can figure it out. Maybe there's like some... Oh, it's got tape. So I was going to say there's like some wow flutter sound going on in here. So it's probably because of the tape going into the chorus, just making it a little dissonant. Those chords, though, are... I'm basically playing the three notes side by side, but two of them up way higher. Anyway, that doesn't sound as terrifying. That right there would be like a horror movie sound. Almost like a synth bassy sound down here. And we're not taking advantage of XY pads. I'm assuming it's just not baked into whatever framework Native Instruments is using. Well, I'm curious. Let's see if we can... We just got filter. So there's probably no, like... Yeah. We don't have, like... That's just the slot for what it's doing. We'll have to see if we can get Akai to add in some XY stuff, because it'd be cool to... I'd actually be even more interested to see what Native Instruments might do if they've got the XY pads to map. So you might even just like a little filter change, maybe some resonance, so you can kind of articulate the note a little bit more. Something I've been really into with the XY pads. But it doesn't look like we have any of those settings here. So we just got matrix A, matrix B, FX, aftertouch. Do they hide anything in here? Probably not. No. I have to say, though, they probably... If I was Native Instruments, I would be probably writing some scripts to convert the machine contactor, wherever they're pulling these from, into MPC stuff, and then worrying about things later if I feel like it. I mean, honestly, the 3 to 4 octave playable range on these for having a consistent sound's pretty nice. I don't know, I'm going to have to do some research on why it moves the way it does. Like, I'm okay with it jumping, but it just feels like... I mean, it definitely is disconnected. So your A and B are, if you... Like, you either use this crossfader, or you use the XY touchpad. Because you can see, like, it immediately jumps it if you just touch it. Which I can understand doing that, but it feels like a lost opportunity to have it kind of morph. Like these are just like like it's gonna be whatever set whatever value it's gonna set based on where you're dragging stuff. And it just ignores the other control. Like doing this, I would kind of hope it would actually wiggle or move it, but to solve it, like I would probably need to figure out how to make them additive to each other, or like figure out the difference between them and then do some math or something, but we got what we got. This is one that I kind of want to record later into the Akai S950 and then pitch it down and see if it becomes a terrifying sound. I think it has just enough meat to it. Probably would work. This gives me like this retro ivories gives me a little bit of like I know it's, I'd have to go back and listen and then I'd be like, no, it's not the same. Just like the delay and reverb's kind of giving me like a Final Fantasy VI kind of sound. It's in that space anyway. I actually need to get my, what is it, the Super MIDI pack for the Super Nintendo. I need to break that out. Record some more sounds. Alright, we're in a new category. We're in lead category. I suspect a lot of the leads are going to be easy for me to just say, eh. That's fine. Back to the theremin. So if I do get back into programming, making key groups and stuff, one of the takeaways I've had with the Native Instruments stuff has been having a crossfader to be able to kind of go between at least two different sounds is kind of nice, because you can just be like, I don't like this. I kind of slide into something else. You get like that higher tone I just like don't really care for right now. I haven't had enough caffeine. I'll be able to crossfade into something else where I'm like, oh, I kind of like the unique keys sound here. And as I'm doing this, one of the things I'm just curious. Yeah, it's just we're stuck in whatever they've delivered here for samples. It would be really cool if we had a feature where you could go through all of the packs and just pick things to crossfade between. I don't know. I would imagine that would have to be something for Akai to do. Because then if I'm like, I really hate this sound, but I'd like this one sound from one of the packs and a different sound from another one, you can kind of just keep mixing and matching. Oh well. That bass needs to be pulled out. That might be too much. Just sounds like a weird low-end ripping. It sounds like it's just, maybe it's baked into the loop. Maybe LFO. Yeah, LFO's doing it. Because to me, I would say the LFO is unnecessary, but somebody liked it. Let's just. Like that one. More weird LFO ripping. Does it go away if we go to the other one? It does. So on layer 1, they've got this LFO for some reason. Just makes it sound terrible. Somebody liked it. Not for me. Well, that's the it for leads. Mallets. I don't know. To me, it's like the one thing that this has been where I'm just like, okay, like they're just drizzling everything in delay and reverb. Like immediately, like, so much less interesting. It would have been cool if like they had just been able to. I know like Akai can't do everything. I was like, just add in like Delay Pro or something. I gotta pause for a minute. But I'm getting a little call that I need to take. Sorry about that. My daughter, the car that used to be mine that my daughter drives now, same day that I was taking Zoe to have her eye surgery done, um, the car broke down. And my daughter's like, hey, I need your help. I was like, I'm trying to drop the dog off. Can't help you. So we had replaced the fuel pump. The car's got like 150, 160,000 miles on it. So stuff's going to start going wrong naturally. Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm just going to have to remind myself not to be afraid to add in other effects here. I don't even know. Oh, I was going to go goof around and just say, like, drop in Delay Pro or Reverb Pro. Just like, oh, we have a different delay here. That's nice. Anyway, yeah, they were just calling to say the aftermarket fuel pump that they put in seems to be freaking out the computer. So it doesn't know what the amount of fuel for the engine should be, causing it to drive at about 5 miles per hour when it decides to go off the wall. So waiting for a new fuel pump to come in and see what it looks like when they get that installed. All right, Music Box is absolutely cool in my mind. Seems to be coming out the left channel, but whatever. Alright, I like this J-harp sound too. This is one where I definitely would like to have more articulation on the pads. It's a nice delicate sound though. Now we're in organ. This one sounds like it was it's a little clicky at the front. The sample probably. Yeah, because it goes away on these two. You might need headphones to hear it, but this sounds fine. It's chopped like not at a zero cross. Because of the effects, I might be hiding it a little bit more. There it is. For this, you probably would, if you're like I gotta use the sound. Why is it not? There we go. Probably need more than 2 milliseconds of attack. But you can see, like, now it's dragging the sound in. Gets rid of it. But it does change the character a bit. Like, right there at 27 milliseconds. It's starting to come in again. It's at 46, it's gone. Anyway, I get it. They're trying to just make all kinds of stuff, and they're not expecting some nerd like me to come in and overthink any of this stuff. And maybe we'll see Akai we'll have a system that allows us to do updates. Ooh. That one's definitely clipping the mixer. Like this one's different, right? Like I can still hear there's like a pop to it, but I think this is just it's like the damper or something, whatever they recorded. It'll still be the same technique to get rid of it. You can already see there's like the amplitude. It's already got like a bit of a shift there. It's already at 220 milliseconds, so it's like 600 to get rid of it if you wanted to. Just depends if you like it or not, or what you're looking for. Like maybe it's even probably the better thing to do would be to. No, I think I was doing the right way. It seems like this is a submit. Well, I'm just checking now. Is this a sub menu? If I go to 3 seconds, does it just? Yeah, okay. So, second page would be where to go edit it. Oh, I forgot. There's this sub page. This is. Well. I don't know. Not a fan. It looks like an LFO effect. This is another one. I feel like the high end's a little too much. Maybe we're just turning the gain down. It's probably doesn't need to come off. I don't mind it. It's just like up here was like too much. Anyway, Robo Organ is a maybe for me. See, this is like where I'm saying, like sometimes it's weird. Like the first note, and it must be playing one of the layers, not the second layer. I can only if I still had my Live 2, I'd test it because it takes longer to load. Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, see. It's like the first note is a little more hollow because it hasn't gotten the second half of the layers loaded. Let's see here. All right, dig wormhole. They're taking advantage of some of the note release. I think. Maybe it's an LFO. Yeah, it might be an LFO synced. Down here. The buzzing's not doing it for me. Might just be baked into the sample. It's a soothing lead. Doesn't sound very soothing. Whoa. Level's the wrong one. I'm just trying to see what I like, but yeah, happy to help. Take this one. Sounds well balanced. I always like a good, like, Kodo sounding plucked string. Yeah, we did. Must have moved into the category. All right, the effect on this is annoying. Well, without the delay, it's fine. All right. A little noisy. Just need a little top end, in my opinion, pulled off. Almost like a Chase Bliss mood. Like a pitched up delay. Maybe a reverse or something going on. It's got the octaves. Maybe if I turn that off, it'll go. That's probably a fun little effect to put on other ones. Read sounds. It's fine. Yeah. Synth. It's not bad. For the amount of... There's another octave delay. To me, I'd probably put Delay Pro on and switch it to like... Even AI Rhythmic might get you some weird stuff. You gotta watch out though, the feedbacks are like insane on some of these. Anyway, we'll turn that off. See what else we can mess around with here. Can't be too many more in this pack. I like Spectria. And now we're in it. Alright. Well, what was the next one? Studio Session, Soul Sessions. Back to bass. Got a good chunk of bass here. I don't know, something sounds a little off for the acoustic bass here to me. Those are on and doing nothing. Weird. I have not done Utopia yet. Actually, I haven't done this for Duet or the other one either. I mean, I've played around with them on my own, but... Seinfeld bass. Yeah. Yeah, like this down was probably like C0 or something. Seems good. Seinfeld bass. Almost. I don't know, maybe the reverb's messing with me. So far the basses in Soul Session aren't really grabbing me. Like, to me this sounds so much better without the effects on. Yeah, I like that. Saturation and mod's fine. So you add in the delay and the reverb, it's like, I don't know. You gotta mess around with the effects and stuff on these. Like, I don't mind the slapback, but the reverb's just like... I kind of feel like they're adding in the reverb and delay, so it feels like the note plays longer instead of messing with the amplitude, which I think is what I would probably do. Let's try and just get the release to be a little bit longer. I need to be on B for this. Seems, I don't know, that's just my preference. Like this one I like with the effects on it. It's just more subtle. I like this one too. Mim space. Mucus is eh. For the right application, I like the low end on this. Huff and Chuck is not my thing. Yeah, I think sessions, like there's been like most of the bass I didn't like. There's a fair bit of the guitars I like so far. This must be keys. Kind of dig this again. Like I think this is it's too much delay. Dennis Rodman. Okay. I think a Dennis Rodman reference could sound better. Or maybe if I go back, maybe we give it in the high register. Nope. I like this one. That one's a no for me. There's part of this I like, but I don't care for the piano and guitar mix. I don't know. It's not my thing. This one's kooky enough. I could see doing that, using this in a track. All right, Gucci piano sounds legit to me. Keep It Toro is good. I don't know what this is. Maybe in the lower end. This is where it was meant to be played. Like, I could see this with a, like a drum kit behind it. Oop, wrong button. And I want to be back here. Load a new track. If I go back. I don't know. It sounds like there's like maybe something there to mess with, but I'm trying too hard. So let's go. Just mute that for now. If we feel like we need a drum again. It's just, I don't know, it sounds whiny. Like a... It's not like a bad 80s synth or e-piano sound. That's just bad. That's okay. Vibe EP works for me. And I know they can't make like every patch be my favorite thing, so... I'm alright with that. Still in keys. Eh. I suspect I like this mostly from reverb and delay. That's alright. Down here, I'm not into it. Nice workable bell, though. And like here, the delay and reverb are a lot more subtle. Yeah. Another one of these weird, like, whiny pitch bent things. I don't know. No. Yeah, like this is so far feeling more like 15 to 20% of the patches I like here. The flutter keys is alright. I've done this on the kind of thing on the OP1 before. We just kind of get like it. Sound a little crazy. Nice sad keys. So I guess I like bling piano. I kind of dig dry bones by itself. The mix is okay. I think it pushes it too much into organ territory for me. If I just want an organ, I'll grab one. Yesterday is solid. Situational, but I think Showdown's nice. Orchestra. I'm usually not like a big brass guy, so any of these brass ones are gonna probably not appeal to me. Like this kicked into fluty pad, I prefer it more. It does have like an interesting string-ish component in the middle with it mixed. But I kind of feel like I prefer either sound more than the other. This is good too. Picking up some like weird clicks or something. I can barely hear it. There's something making it happen. It's either the amp envelope or the LFO. Let's crank up the attacks, or the... I'm still hearing it. I don't know if you can hear it over the speakers, but in a mix you wouldn't notice, but I don't know what it is. Move on. It's okay. Like this is like my speed. Play this with like some of the Kodo style plugs. I mean, like it just sounds like purely downsampled stuff. I dig it. A little bit of crackle, but it's fine. I dig that one. All right, went through organ. Now we're in pad. Well, I dislike the doogie keys. You can see, like, whatever they get for filtering or EQ, it just falls off. This is a good sound. I could do this like a drum and bass or something. I'm just putting this in the too much effects. And the only reason it has any sound is because of the reverb. I mean, I don't know. Synth stuff. Nice. Like that. This one actually sounds like it needs effects. Like they're here, and it's just not going through them. Maybe we gotta... No, it can't be a crossfade issue. I don't know. It's almost like they forgot to route these to the effects. I don't know. That's all right. Oh, that's the end of Soul Sessions. So let's go check out Utopia. I feel like Soul Session is, as I said, like 15 to 20% what I would use. Probably bass, right? That's wild. Wouldn't use it, but another one probably wouldn't use. First one I liked. First two, maybe. This seems decent. Need some filtering, maybe. Needs to go. Sounds like plasticky or metallic-y. I don't know, there's something that I don't care for. This one just needs to, like, to be beefed up a little. Sounds good though. Yeah, that's a good mix. That's a no. Not bad. This is like very much like a lead. I could work with that. This one too. Maybe. Yeah. This, I don't know what they're trying to do. Weird. No, thank you. All right, we're in leads. Nah. Yes. I like this one too. Maybe. It cuts out too much up top here. It's not a bad mix. I like each sound individually. I think that's got a lot of use. Or a lot of applications. This one's nice too. There you go. I don't know why it feels like they're cutting the high end out like big time. For leads, like I want more. Or maybe the LFO's doing something. It feels like it's coming in and out. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. That's the LFO. Which puts me into the reading rainbow space. I don't know. I want to like this. It's not the motor pulse. Rush hour is cool. Motor pulse, maybe not so much. No. Maybe. Yeah, lower, this is cool. I got this one kind of played lightly. It's a little too much. Needs some taming. Nah. I don't like it with bit crush. Lower mix seems better. I don't mind it, but it just needs to be tweaked. Last lead. Pads. That's cool. That weird sound is not. Like, whatever's going on there is unnecessary. Cybernetic waves is cool. It's a little dissonant in a way that will either work really well or not at all. It was decent. Nice choir. I think I like the balance of this one. Yeah. That's another good one. Classy wide's kind of wrecking it. Maybe like the tiniest bit. Just to give it like a little character. I don't think it needs much. In the world. I hate it. That was nice. I like that. Another simple pad. Nice. There's like an LFO or something going on that I don't... It might be okay. I don't know. Nice choir. Keys. I like that. Baroque is nice. Situationally, I think I'd like bars at parties. Dash is cheese. I don't think it needs the, like that valve or stopper kind of whatever to release valve sound. I think it's coming from the gentle smack key. Maybe not, I don't know. It's alright. This is more nice. This is a nice key. Missed You is gentle and workable. And then Older Than You is crusty and I think if you can get the it's one of those ones. I feel like if you can play it to the delay, it's just not going to transition between two very well. It's okay. I don't think it needs the sax in it. What? We're still in keys. That is terrible. Smiley's good. For being called stacked play, this sounds too hollow. The chords are alright. Synthetic miscellaneous. It's alright, maybe a little. It needs to be tamed a little. Alright, Blue Beauty works. That's good. This one's confusing me. I think it's too much low end. I don't know if that helped. Nice plucky synth. This has characteristics that I would say I don't like, but I kind of like it how it works together. Yeah, that's too thin. It barely. I get why they added attacker to it. I don't know if it's necessary, but maybe. I think you gotta be careful with this one. probably something I could use. Maybe. I don't know. No, I'm messing around with it, but... This one, Pluck Wave is good. This is like that classic sound. I don't know, I'm not doing a very good demo for it, but the Raved is good too. There's something here I like. There's also something I don't like. Like playing it lighter. Anyway. Whoa. That was way too much low end. Still way too much low end. I like this. Like another solid one. FX. These are going to be hit or miss because it's just going to depend on whether they work with your track or not. Awesome. Not so awesome. Weird. Potentially useful. Kinda cool. Not so cool. Not great. Weird. This was a good one. And we're in it. I think Studio Sessions is probably, out of the three, the lowest one for me. I probably would say, what was the first one we were digging into? That was the name of it. Wasn't any of the, was it Soul Session? Oh, no, it wasn't Studio. Soul Sessions. Utopia is good. Soul Sessions is alright. It's got some stuff in there that I liked, and it wasn't Iona. Iona and Luxa came out before. Or was it? I don't know. They crashed your system, your MPC already. You've got a Live 3 and it crashed it a few times. Did you load a lot of them, Knob Turner, or were you doing something else? I'm just curious if you just loaded it up big time, or you just had like 3 or 4. Yeah, I'm putting the at most 30%, something I would use. What the heck was the name of the first one? I'm spacing it. Oh, Ignition. Yeah, I'd say like 25-30% of Ignition I thought was pretty good. Soul Sessions I put at, is that what it's called? Soul Sessions? Yeah, Soul Sessions was like 10%. maybe 15 if I'm being generous. And Utopia, I want to say is more like 20, 25 for me. Like I felt like there was like a fair amount in there that was good. On the other hand, a lot of stuff that I've got a virus, access virus that I can make all that stuff and more, and iridium and a Waldorf iridium. So like I have plenty of these kinds of sounds for a lot of them, um, especially like the Utopia where it's more in that like trance electronic sound. So um, yeah, I don't know, tough call, but I mean if you're just looking for key sounds, the ignition keys wasn't terrible. It was pretty good. But I'm with you. Uh, the the there could be better. I think a lot of this stuff in general I find suffers from drowning in effects, and I don't know for years the saying's always been turn off the delay and reverb and see if you like it, because if you don't like it you're probably just not going to like the synth because you're really just listening to the effects at the end. And I think if you're not going to put in the work to kind of go in and tweak some of this stuff to your liking, it's possibly not worth the, might not be worth it. Um, I got them because I'm like just trying to check this stuff out and see. But yeah, I probably can't return any of them. I probably would keep, I'd probably consider keeping Utopia that's on the fence. And the ignition keys, for me at least, seemed all right. Um, I didn't really spend much time going through some of the other ones, but yeah, there's like some in here that feel like they're really. Some of the other ones that have come out felt a little bit more interesting and varied, but at the same time, it's making me feel like I should just start sampling my own gear again here and making my own key groups to work with, because I could do a lot of this stuff myself pretty easily. Anyway, guys, I gotta go figure out what's going on with my daughter's car and see if she needs any help with college applications and stuff. But I'm gonna drop. So thanks everybody for stopping by. Keep making music. Keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.